Hi, this is Leanna, and this week we are looking at pointers. So this program that we're going to go over, it accepts an integer input from the user that's 1 or greater. And based on that first input, we're going to dynamically allocate memory for an array large enough to hold the number of test scores that the user wants to input. And finally, we will display the array contents in ascending order and display the average. So here we have our pre-processing directives, and we define two functions to calculate the final score that accepts a pointer variable that refers to a double, an array that holds double values, and we have the size of our array also as an input, and our second function sorts the contents of the array. So in our main function, we first define our pointer variable scores as a null pointer, and we also define our average variable to hold the average of all our scores. And here we also initialize an integer variable for our user input to define how many test scores we want to enter, and also our counter variable. So we get some input validation while loop going on right here. We want to make sure that the number of test scores that the user wants to enter is 1 or greater. And here is where we are dynamically allocating the number of scores to the array size. And then for each of the scores that the user wants to enter, we are making sure that, again, that the score is greater than 0 this time. And we're also displaying those scores. So we're calling the sort array and the calc score function in the main function. And finally, because we are not using a unique pointer, we need to remember to delete the pointer variable scores to free up that allocated memory, and also make sure that we define the scores as a null pointer again. This ensures that the program doesn't try to reference that memory address again. So here's a quick look at our functions. So the sorting function, it's based off of the selection sort algorithm, and we're using pointer notation throughout. So we're accepting the pointer variable that refers to an array of doubles, and we're going through each value and basically reducing the size of the scan each time we go through and decide if the value is less than the next value or not. So here we're doing an ascending order sort. And at the end of this function, we're also just displaying the values in ascending order. Then the calc score function also takes a pointer variable that refers to an array full of doubles, as well as the user input for size. And we just add up each of the test scores and then divide by the size, the number of test scores, and we get our average, and that displays the average. The most challenging thing that I encountered while writing this program was knowing the difference, or how to use a unique pointer variable and just a normal pointer variable. Because I know that unique pointer variables, you don't have to have all this extra code concerning deleting the allocated memory or making sure to free up that memory. So in C++11, you can use the unique pointer variable to, I guess, remove this extra work, but alas, I was not able to get that unique pointer variable to be accepted into these extra sort array and calculate score functions. Well, thanks for watching.